Friends, so I just wanted to do a video about what I see as a break in the matrix. So I noticed this I in even in Bible believing King James only videos. So excuse me, I'm not picking on this amazing practitioner. I've seen it. I mean, of course you see this. I mean, I've seen it when I'm in classes, online classes. Not the one I'm currently in, but I have seen it on other classes, the law of attraction class, which is I think it's interesting. And the thing is, these are just ordinary people that video is picking up a break in, what we kind of know as the matrix. And sorry, my mouse cursor, it's been acting up, so it's going to be a little slow and laggy, but I just wanted to point out, so here, like, it's got, increase the, kind of hard to get to the exact moment, but you can see it almost looks like there's just a yellow light lamp here. Now, when we see the frame, this is, a store. There is no lamp right here in the store. And so she's talking about doing a parasite cleanse using bentonite clay. So this is about parasites, and it is my theory that parasites are demonic entities. I wonder if parasites, they make it easier for humans to attack us. Because if we're ill, of course, that affects moods, it affects decisions. Anyway, so here, I'm watching this video about parasites, and it goes into a digital distortion. Now, and the thing is, I've seen this, like I've seen digital distortion where it seems like there's another room even inside of people. I have seen that even on my own videos. Not a lot, but I have seen it. So, I'm trying, I'm not the pot calling the kettle black. I'm trying to figure out what this is. And somebody commented when I was watching another YouTube video that the matrix is breaking down. So the hologram, the illusion, when we were all watching the Mayan prophecy. So Maya means illusion. So, and if you're into new age stuff, or even quantum physics, you know that this 3D reality, supposed reality, is really something our brain has composed. Like if you've watched that movie, What the Bleep, like what we perceive is really just what our mind has compiled, has cobbled together, and culturally we agree to. So we're in this kind of mass hypnotism, of what reality is, of the sky is above us and the grass is green. At least that's my take. And of course, I'm no philosopher, I'm no expert, but I do notice in some videos there's a lot of holographic breakdown. And so I'm wondering if there is a illusion or whatever. Is there some guy in a room that's like, this is kind of like the green screen of our mind. But the reality is there's some like NSA agent, with his crappy lighting, fluorescent lighting. We've got natural lighting here. This woman would not be caught dead with a fluorescent light or an LED light, I don't know. I don't know if that's fluorescent. I really shouldn't say, but anyway, so then looking closer at the video. So, another kind of, so I know, people are going to say, oh, it's just distortion that happens because of the analog or the digital blah blah blah. For years, all my life, I kind of thought that when you'd see these little glitches. But why? Why is it? like this shape. It's almost like a hound's tooth. Why is it? Why is that shape? Why does that, is that a digital thing? So, and then like why is this brown stripe and then this gray stripe? I mean, this almost looks like a little, a nice little fashion statement here. And black and white, white and black. And and if anybody's up on Freemasons, that's significant. And then we got that houndstooth shape kind of right here. And what's up with that? What's this detail here? Yeah, and so then there's like distortion here, which it looks, I mean, that thing, from what little I know, this means that there's an entity came into the space. There's like these little bubbles. It's almost like water bubbles, right? And of course, I've just been, it's like nobody I know personally would even consider this to be an issue. And there's not a whole lot of expertise online. We are all just figuring this out from scratch. And of course, we all come with our own biases and agendas and whatnot, and defenses. So, and I certainly don't want to be like, oh, I don't want somebody someday to be deconstructing my video, but, I think we need to, wonder what's going on. So sorry about my mouse. I'm just trying to get my cursor to focus here. And it's acting up like all my computer stuff and everything. But anyway, so one of the more interesting things about digital distortion, usually, it's like, I don't know, like I've never seen it where it's like a cyclops. I mean, this is her chin and this is the eye. I mean, it's very interesting how the eye is over here. And if you kind of look at it, the skin is lighter, right? And then this is the other eye, and the eye, like a different person in a way. And it's got all these, it's got like 4 eyebrows, And and then this like square thing. It's like this black, deep black reality, right? And that deep black reality is over here too. And so I just wonder if like there's like rooms inside of people, I mean, the Bible says we are a temple, and I think reality is much bigger than even this most philosophical, highfalutin folks make of it. So, and then, if I were to follow like the people who seem to be experts on digital distortion, I mean, that this little mouth thing looks almost like a fang, right? So, I'm not trying, I mean, I think this lady has some of the best information, the most cutting edge information I have found. And so the thing is, though, we fight not flesh and blood, but principalities. So even try as she may, there may be creatures either on her skin, even actually using electrical devices, having your sitting at your computer, your face does get washed in electromagnetic fields, like so the surface of our skin can, it seems to me, get demonized. The air itself gets demonized. I mean, and if these like little bubbles indicate, and Satan is Lord of the air. So, and what's going on with CB and that 1, 2, 3, 4, and whatever, the Freemasons love G. The Freemasons are all about G. Anyways, that electromagnetic warfare, that depletes oxygen. So, um, Satan is Lord of the air. So Satan would love to control the air, the very air we breathe. And from what I am understanding is the oxygen depletion is basically like us being stranded on a mountaintop without oxygen bottles. So maybe we all need to start buying oxygen because that's what 5G is doing. It's depleting the oxygen. So I'm just going to take this through my process. I just kind of click through and see how much changes in a picture. So I click like 5 times. And so it gets a little stronger. So the bubbles are over here. So, and the thing is, when she started talking about this portion, she kind of got a little bit of a glazed look in her eyes. And, it's an hour and 16 minutes into one take discussion, and she has like more that she's got to do later in the day. So her blood sugar is probably a little low. She's probably a little tired. And so it's harder to have your like psychic energy operating on all 5 pistons. And here you can see a little bit of a breakdown here. And so people come in and they leave demons. So she has a store, and so people have probably brushed by stuff and just left their demons. This is a health food store. So people who are struggling and sick, they leave demons all over the place. And I'm sure she cleans out the space, but just like trying to treat Lyme disease, your standard, you think, oh, I just need to smudge and, vape or nebulize some aromatherapy, some lavender, but that's not going to work. We fight not flesh and blood, but principalities. So, we notice a little bit more distortion in the room, and that lamp is still there from another dimension, and that cool, tan or brown, red and gray line is still there. That black space and that other black space on her face, and so the third eye kind of still there. The square checkerboard thing, and it almost looks like there's a checkerboard thing here, there's a checkerboard, a little bit of there. Let's see what happens next. I'm just going to click through. So it just seems like, real things are really not as they seem. So then it gets more distorted. Then it's like this other kind of weird window, right? Oh, the mouth gets more distorted. What, is that like a pyramid? I see like a little pyramid there. And here, okay, 2 eyes and a mouth. So I'm seeing a little face there. And so it seems like demons can hang out in hair. Like I said, they can hang out on the surface of things. And I don't think people know. I think it can be just like this, almost like parasites. You're not trying to cultivate parasites. You don't necessarily want to have parasites. They're just there. So it looks like there's another face in the hair. And I've seen this about old movies, like with Casanova, I think it was. I'm sorry, I'm getting the name wrong. There was like this really popular actor in the 1900s, early 1900s. He had like Robin Hood and whatnot. Anyways, people number one, if you watch his movies, his eyes totally have that glassy, demonized kind of look. If you've done anything like this or have any experience with just observing people, and anyways, people seem to find demons in the hair, and so it definitely seems like it's there. Looks like there's stuff up here, and again, I'm not really an expert, and just trying to figure this out. Then here it looks like there's another kind of, it's almost like a scenery. This looks like landscape over here. Um, Still got that badge. I mean, this outfit is, I mean, I wear creepy outfits, but this almost looks like a Knights Templar kind of a thing to me. Um, and yet, yes, there's just like a lot of distortion. That lamp is still there. And then there's, in these kind of breakdowns, there's like these rectangular things. So that face is like all kind of weird, like why is this room here, or this landscape here? And it's like three eyes now, one, two, three, you know? This is a three-eyed, it's almost like a spider. And then if we look how the eyebrows go, that's some, that's a pretty, oof, I mean, that looks like a bunch of parasites, We were just to, do a thought on it. I'm just clicking through to see if there's anything dramatic. So yeah, that the bubbly, watery thing is there, something right there. So I don't know if something is trying to get into her space. It just seems like something, maybe somebody turned on their Wi-Fi next to her store, and there's just all this stuff being activated. And like up here, doesn't it look like there's a face there? Doesn't that look like a face? That face is there. This one's kind of there. I wonder what this is about. Um, that looks like a face. That could be a face. I'm just, winging it, folks. So if you see something, you add to it. And I'm not trying to um, pick on anybody. Just somebody tell me that looks like a face. And yes, I have been on Facebook groups where they're like, anything, that's just some sort of weird, brain thing, or you can see faces. Okay, sometimes a cigar isn't a cigar, but sometimes a cigar is a cigar. And we are in some crazy times. So I'm going to just continue wondering and curious. So that eye thing is, our eyebrows have gotten even a little stranger, like it's even more like this is the eyebrow with some creases. Interesting. I don't know, like how the face is. Like, see how the texture of the skin, it's like super shiny here, super shiny there, but not like shiny here. Like there's this weird structure. Like why are there, where the nose is, why is there a square here? Why is there a square here? I mean, aligned with the mouth, but that couldn't be a digital distortion of the nostril, I mean, that's just too weird. And it's highlighted. So that's where that weird rectangle, black rectangle here, black rectangle here, and like the forehead's all kind of distorted. Um, I don't know. Okay, so my things are just like going crazy. So she might be being maybe zapped by people in white vans. Um, I'm sure because I mean she's pretty much the only person uh, with a credential that's telling the truth. Now she could be, confused or whatever too, but so maybe somebody's disrupting the actual physical space that she's in. And so when her biology is disrupted, that makes, so some creature's waiting to get into her space. Maybe that's what happened. So the face is definitely breaking down. The nostrils are still there. We've got two eyes and then a shiny space and this black thing. And before there was like some sort of red stripe and a gray stripe that went away. The face is elongated. Kind of looks like a Frankenstein kind of thing. It's like the forehead has been extended. Don't know if some creature is just in her forehead. Like her hair's all messed up. Um, so looks like there's a face there, face there. Maybe there's like faces on her hand. There is not a friend like Jesus. And that light I was talking about seems like that now there's something in the way. Maybe it's there, a different part of the room or something. So that light is still kind of there, although it's a little obstructed. Now there's like this weird band, gray, black, white, black, gray. That's at her right eye level. And there's and the eye is like again still cyclopsy. That now it's just like a bit of the cheek is up there. So I'm wondering if this is some sort of like guide. So maybe this is an eye, and that's the eye, and maybe this the hairs just covering up. So there's a head, top of the head. Um, and yeah, this is just shimmering, all kind of distorted. And her black, white, white, black cross patch badge is still there. It's definitely decreasing. Okay, so that changed. So now there's a black spot in her forehead. So there, and then there's like two little eyes. And then those weird nostrils. And her scarf seems to be going into her chin now. And little haze of that black, white square is still there, edge. And there's like this ripple effect in the room. So maybe she's just being zapped. The whole space is being zapped, maybe. I don't know. Because this does not make sense. So that light, a light thing, from another place is still there. See if anything really stands out. If you guys see something, let me know. So it really breaks down, like the full. So they must have really put on the full. If there is a type of machine that's being used at her, like they spent the past 2 minutes zapping her, I guess. And she's just pushing ahead. Um, so so the three-eyed thing is back, and the three eyes remind me of a spider. So there could be a spider guide, demon in her space. And the spider is what is that's the culprit in the whole 10-state thing. Like spider is like the demon running this, from what I understand. I mean, I don't know. But here we get the two little eyes, and you see this a lot in these demonic distortion decodings, like little guides with these two little eyes. It's like the same thing. This looks like a bit of a owl, Moloch kind of a thing to me. Not to say that this person is affiliated with it. I'm just saying that maybe whoever's zapping her and disrupting this whole field, maybe. And so it's just washing over her, the surface of her skin, I'm hoping. And of course the distortion is just pretty complete here. And then if you look, okay, so this is the one nostril. Like if you look, I mean that looks like a scene. I don't know, like somewhere else. And the eyes are barely, but you know, we got these three eyes, and we got these eyebrows, and weird shapes. The scarf is like kind of morphed into his face. The chin is like this weird, you know, I mean, it's more like a guy kind of. And this lady is definitely a lady. Um, you know, and then there's this weird lace, and like that light, it's almost looking like a some, you know, that almost looks like an eye, that looks almost like a face, this looks like an ear, maybe it almost looks like an ear, and then that's to me looks like there's a little crown. And when these distortions happen, they will stop very quickly. So I just think it's interesting to. Okay, so see this scene and this scene? Doesn't it look like these scenes are from a similar location? Like similar color span. Almost looks like, okay, this is from another location. It's like a different room, you know? So like, even though we're looking at somebody's face, it almost looks like we're looking at a nature calendar or something like that. Like that's just the vibe I get. Like you could barely make out the eye. I'm like, I don't know what the heck this is. I mean, so there's a little bit of the mouth left. Some weird structures. Hair is, what is this? It's like, it looks like a ears and a snout. But I mean, this does not make sense, folks. Like it should not be doing this. So here we got the eyes, the little eyes again, the double eyes. So just a lot of distortion. And like sometimes I've seen this in videos where there's, you know, massive distortion, but you can see like one little pixel really clear, like here. It almost looks like it's a hill, like a little antenna. Is that like the moon and some other planet? I mean, how did that be there? I know skeptics are going to say, oh, well, you see whatever. This doesn't make sense that this is at her chin. Especially this doesn't make sense. This really strong, bright thing. There was nothing on her face, you know, that was like super strong like that. And if it was okay. It was at the upper cheek. Now, pixels will not rearrange and configure to bring it down to their mouth. Right? To me, it will doesn't make sense. I mean, if technically it does, okay, but I find it highly. Now, see what I mean? Okay, so this is somebody. So her head was here. You know, her shoulders were here. Okay, like, you know, and now it's like we're looking into another space. Okay, like look at this. This looks like almost like a chair is here, and there's a shelf here, and maybe a sculpture, and then another shelf, maybe another sculpture. It's like a bookshelf or something. And you know, okay, so there's these tinctures and stuff in little bottles, but this is what we're looking at is like a display case with one thing in it. A display case with one thing in it. This is a store that has bunches of things in it. This looks like a little, you know, nice chair with some sort of carved back. Looks like there's another chair here. Like, why are we looking into another dimension? Okay. That's what I'm talking about. When there's like things there, and like here, doesn't this look real weird? Okay, you know, if we, you know, can just obvious, what happened to the face? And I know you guys are gonna say, this is all just because of your imagination, but what? This doesn't, delude yourself, okay, but now this is like a back of a guy, and he's got his back turned, and it's brunette, he's wearing a orange shirt, okay, and then there's black, and then there's, it almost looks like a sculpture, two eyes, no nose, and it looks like there's something top, so like there's like bunches of things in in a single pixel. It says as if each pixel tells a story, a completely random story. And then we have those demon little eyes. Is that a mouth? No, are these ears? And it's like clay shaped, clay colored, sorry. I mean the face is completely gone here. There's just there's just a billion things in this image. I can't even, I'm not even interested going into it. But there's lots of little demonic eyes. And so we've gone through the next slide. So that initial light is kind of there. Looks like a mask. That look like a spider. That look like a little demon eyes, demon eyes, demon eyes, demon eyes. Seems like they're really all over. And I'm not saying that she's cultivating it. Could be, when you have a store and people don't know Lord Jesus Christ, or even if they do, especially if they do, Satan makes targets easy. So again, like there's these weird little like it almost looks like these are just similar pixels of a similar scene. Uh, there's like a weird eye. This face is distorted so much. Hair and the scarf kind of covers things, but I mean, it's almost like landscape. So Zoom probably doesn't like, or YouTube probably is not liking me using Zoom at the same time, or maybe they don't like me doing it this breakdown. But there is also this weird, you know, almost like a spine here. Little faces. So some folks have said, the matrix is breaking down. So that's what I'm wondering. Is that what's going on? Is that light just totally distorted? Little eyeballs. And so this seems to have the same vibe. This picture and that picture is like the same color scheme. And again, I'm no expert. I just kind of puzzled. And I wonder, so can we trust people? So like over here, so I see this kind of thing a lot. So you see an obstructed something and then an illuminated square. Obstruction and an illuminated square. Obstruction and an illuminated square. And just an illuminated square. Here's a little illuminated square. Now, to you, what does that remind you of? Does that remind you of like an office where somebody's swivel chair is in front of the computer? That's what it looks like to me. So, you know, so is this just some NSA worker, the camera is left on or something, and um, I'm looking at the frickin' NSA office where they're harassing this lady and you and me. So, like, we're seeing kind of, and is this somebody, I don't know, the manager's office or something? Like, I mean, what the heck? What is this? Like, this looks like another room. This looks like another space, a real-time space. Is it showing up as we're watching the freaking video? As it says demonic distortion. See what I mean? Like, and it's gone. Okay, but look at this. Look at that. That looks like a plastic, like some sort of hardware, doesn't it? That has the edge of something. It looks like somebody's room, somebody's like personal project. So you see how that distortion just changes in a split second. Like I clicked through carefully, slowly, and it was gone. Like you can't see. Oh, it's back. So, but wasn't that weird? So we went from this, computer terminal, computer room, to somebody seeing somebody's hardware project, and then okay, let's see. So I guess I was wrong about the light. So I guess it was there. Okay, but so thanks for bearing with me. Um, but what do you guys think? I mean, is there something to wonder about?